What is up? It is me. It is I. I am the greatest there is, the greatest there was, and the greatest there ever will be. I am greatness personified. Myself. Yes, Stoney greatness, and I am here with the man of the hour, the myth, the legend, the activist, the author, the educator, the entertainer,
the hydrator. I keep you hydrated.
Yeah, he definitely brings the moisture. So show some respect and bend the knee, because they come from all across the world to see the man who wears the crown that hangs 2 inches from the ground. He is your king. He is my king. He is King Kevyn.
Thank you. It feels good. Wouldn't you say? It feels good to be here. It feels good to be here with my bro Stoney. It feels good to be here with my bro Stoney and with all of you. Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of the GreatMines Show. We're super excited to be here. We're running this thing until the end. When RuPaul's Drag Race Season 16 has crowned Saphira, we will give this a break. Just a break, because we got to come back. We got some more stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
But thank you guys for tuning in. Before we jump into our conversation, you know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, join the comment section, because we are actually live and we want you guys to be a part of our conversation.
Yes.
And at this point, how could you not be a part of this conversation? This is getting so real. And we just got to jump in now.
Yeah.
We did our niceties. No, I can't yet, because there's a couple things. So, WrestleMania. Speaking of that intro, WrestleMania.
Yeah.
The Rock wrestled for an hour last night here in Philadelphia.
Almost an hour. The actual match time was about 45 minutes.
I'm going to give it to him.
You know.
I'm going to give it to him.
Yeah, I mean, if you count the entrances, now.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, I cry about standing on my feet for 30 minutes. And this man is like being athletic for, I got to put this comment up. I love you too. Especially you. I love you guys, especially you, Kevyn.
Yeah. It's all right. We know that's the face that runs the place.
No. That's the real voice with the juice right there. But no, shout out to all of the WWE stars. I've gotten the opportunity to meet some of the crew members, and it's been cool. Shout out to our girl TKB, who will be performing tonight live.
Ran into a new tag team champion myself.
Really?
Yeah. I ran into because my birthday was Tuesday.
Yeah. And they've been here for a little bit.
Yeah, they've been here pretty much all week. And on my way out, I ran into 3 WWE superstars on my way out of the restaurant, because they had just finished eating their meal.
Oh, nice.
And were on their way back to their hotel downtown. Grayson Waller, who is the new SmackDown tag team champion with Austin Theory, and then I met the tag team Pretty Deadly. They were all eating together.
It's a big weekend.
They're all
for
from
WWE
Australia
wrestling,
too. So
for WrestleMania.
Yeah,
it's a big weekend.
Yeah, it was fun. Great time to be here in Philly.
And the weather is feeling kind of nice today. Right now,
it's gonna get cold just like it was last night. But it was
right
cold
now.
Last night.
Right now, it's
and they were outside.
61 degrees.
Yeah, it's not gonna be 61 degrees much longer.
By the time we're done this show, it's going to be better than like 58, 57.
Tonight it starts at 8. I think is the start time tonight. Last night, last night was 7:30.
No, actually, it's the same because I had people that were telling me who were heading over there that it starts at like 7:30.
Yeah, no, I know that for the show tonight because WrestleMania started at 7:30 last night, and I think tonight it starts at 8. But the pre-show starts at because the pre-show started at 6:30 yesterday. Okay. So yeah.
Also, shout out to Ty with the live. If you are a part of ballroom culture and you watch any of those live videos, 9 times out of 10 you're watching him. He's the guy behind the camera, making sure that you guys can experience what's going on in our culture.
Yes.
So shout out to you for everything that you do.
Thank you.
I'm gonna put his name back up here so y'all can go follow him on YouTube.
Yes.
All over the place.
Do that.
Please do. So RuPaul's Drag Race episode 14, the top 4. Because last week, Saphira sent Morphine home, and we agreed that was the appropriate thing. We also agree that Morphia killed it. All right, I'm just saying my hellos. What's up, Gary versus PM? Aloha to Roscoe. And everyone else does. So if you're watching me on Instagram, unfortunately your chat doesn't pop up on our streaming platform, but we appreciate all of you guys for watching, tuning in every week. It means a lot to us, and I'm glad you guys always come back and keep up with what's going on. So yeah, we agree that Saphira was supposed to win that lip sync. Yes. We also agree that she didn't, but RuPaul said she did, so she did. I'm sorry, Morphine ate that. I love Saphira. We know this. But that Morphine, she fought for that.
She fought
valiantly,
but could not slay the dragon that is Saphira.
Of course not. But she was at home, and then it left us with our top 4. Yes. And we were speculating all week. There's a semifinals? So you mean to tell me someone else is about to go home?
Yes.
We have Saphira, Plain Jane, Nymphia, and Q. Why not just take them all to the top?
Because I am in the agreement that this top 4, top to bottom, all right, is stronger and more. I would say more closely. It's a more closely contested race than the top 4 that they took in to last season's finale. In my opinion, there was a clear separation.
It's not going to pop up on StreamYard, but Dana said, "Hello, my loves. Dana, we love you.
Yes,
miss you so much. Yes. I need to reach out to you because I wanted to chat with you about something, and so you'll see a text message from me tonight."
Yes.
All right. But back to our story.
Yes. So, So I was saying that the strength of this top 4 is a whole lot stronger than the strength of the top 4 that we had last year. There was a clear separation.
Yeah.
Between Anitra and Sasha.
Yeah.
Compared to Mistress honestly, and Lux.
I was about to say there was a clear separation between Mistress and Lux and Anitra.
Yes.
So like there were 3 different tiers of people at top 4 where you could have easily. I think the issue was when you ended up with like Lux and Mistress. It's like they're both really good. Mm-hmm. How could you send just one of them home?
Right.
But I mean, look at this season.
Yeah. Because they're the top 4 was absolutely amazing, and no one would have been mad.
I mean, so I think as the contestants kind of could understand, like, me being in the bottom isn't because I'm bad. I'm just here because it's just a luck of the draw, considering how good everyone is.
Yeah.
But it's still not a good feeling to be in the bottom. So this week, they were their mini challenge. They had to lip sync one of RuPaul's songs.
There's a comment on Instagram from Senzo.
It says,
when we're on Instagram, like I'm on Instagram, we can see the comments. But on a regular, stream and what we put up on the TV and stuff like that, that those are from YouTube. So, we
YouTube
love
and Facebook.
We love
actually.
you, and Facebook. So we love you watching on Instagram. It's just that the way that our streaming platform is set up is that we don't see those comments. But by all means, leave them there. We'll see them like I'm seeing them now, and then we appreciate your comment. Thank you.
Absolutely. But what was I going to say? What was I saying? Their mini challenge, they had to lip sync to Kitty. Hey, kitty girl, it's your world. Underwater though, so there was a big pool and a little camera set up underneath some water.
Yeah,
and they had to dump their faces.
It was like it looked like a little shallow pool because there was times where the queen's face would be up against it.
Some kind of way, Saphira was able to smuggle a new breastplate into the competition.
Yeah. And I mean, if you watch Roscoe's and all the behind the scenes videos and stuff like that on YouTube, you know that the queens get a stipend, which is the norm for most reality shows. Some shows will give it to you throughout the show. Other shows will give it to you after the show. But in the case of Drag Race, they have to, order things on occasion in order to, compete and everything. So So it looks like she saved up some ducats,
some tip money,
and ordered her a nice breastplate to finish the show with, which is awesome. Good for her.
Yes, and she looked great. Hello, Mom. Mom said, "Hey, my loves."
Hey,
Mom. And the final mini challenge of the season was won by the person who won the first mini challenge of the season.
Yes.
Which is Saphira Crystal.
Yes.
We knew that she would. We knew that she could, and she did.
Yes. It was a funny little mini challenge. But I thought Saphira was, the winner in the mini challenge also. So
I think Ru also kind of felt the way because all the girls, not all of them didn't know, but most of the girls didn't know the words, and you could see that clearly. And she even called it out. So I guess everybody don't know the words to my song.
Yeah, nope. Not everybody knows the words to all your songs.
Listen,
Mama Ru.
Some of my favorite artists, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's my song. Yeah.
Yep.
Don't mean I ain't my favorite artist. Don't mean I don't love them.
Yep.
Just means I don't know the words to your song.
Yep. I love the song Informer.
What is it?
Informer. I lick your boo boo down. See, no one knows the words of that song. And we all be like,
don't judge me, right? I can't tell you. I think I know the artist's name. And I can't tell you any of the lyrics. All I know, but that's my song. I hear that. Come on, I'm ready to go.
Oh my goodness!
So Ru explains to them that their final challenge before the finals.
Yes,
they have to do an interview. Matt Rogers.
I think so. I don't even remember the guy.
Here we go again.
Because we're terrible. We don't worry about the competition.
We know who the contestants are. We know who the contestants are.
Yeah, we don't care.
We know the home judges.
Other podcasters. What? Only podcasters that matter. Y'all should. No, y'all could have had us. Y'all could have had us on there, and it would have been epic.
Don't do that.
It would have been the greatest.
Hey, listen.
Final Maxi challenge.
We have a connection. That when this connection come through, it's gonna be over for y'all.
Yeah,
that's all we. All I'm waiting for.
We're gonna be on the map. We gonna be on the map, and all I gotta say, oh my goodness, I'm hoping hardware comes along with it because, woo.
I was trying to get y'all a guest tonight, but it was just like too last minute.
It was too last minute, and oh my goodness, the guest that we would have had would have been amazing. But it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. We're going to bring you guys some guests very soon. We are working behind the scenes, guys, and we need your help. So
I might still try to see if that person can come after the fact and have a conversation and record that conversation just to give us some, because I need y'all to see some stuff.
Yeah.
I need y'all to see some stuff.
Yeah.
But anyway, in this challenge, they are writing a book after Nymphia complains every episode about not liking to write, and Megami's been going, so she didn't have anybody to write for her. And then Ru said, yeah, you guys have to write a book. Come up with it. So they did a photo shoot. They wrote a book.
Yep.
They did an interview, and they had the runway.
Yeah.
And
the runway category was fans.
So first off, how did you feel about the photo shoot? let's start with that.
So the photo shoot I thought was a good old time. You know, I don't know if because this seems like this kind of took the place of the Tic Tac. You know.
Yeah, when
The
they would
Tic
sit
Tac
down and have the
lunch.
conversations. Yeah.
Yeah. And I
I
don't
have
know
some
how I
ideas
feel about that.
I have some ideas about that for
Mhm.
the next episode, to be honest with you. Like I'm not to like spoil anything, but Lollapalooza, I think that we might get some cuts in between.
Mm.
Like we might, because my thing is, usually we're getting a reunion, and we're not getting a reunion show. This is the reunion, and we get the Tic Tac chit chat.
Well, I'm pretty sure during the finale, because the finale is pretty much the same format
as a reunion.
They, ask some questions,
Right.
of the girls, and there's performances and stuff in between.
Right. So I think that the Lollapalooza is going to be broken. Like obviously we're going to see them in the workroom, but I also feel like there might be conversations in between. I don't know.
And then they might even do the finals of the Lollapalooza at the finale.
You're right.
They might. Who knows? Because hey.
Yeah,
that's good. That's good. That's good production right there. Because why? I could have people tune in thinking that we're going to crown a $50,000 winner. Nope. Tune in next week to the finals.
Yeah,
yeah.
And you know what? I'm not mad at that. One, because we're jumping ahead. I don't want to talk about the Lollapalooza yet. I want to talk about this episode first. So, just to keep on track with this episode,
yes,
with these 4 queens.
What stood out to you about you with the photo shoot?
Say it again.
What stood out to you with the photo shoot?
RuPaul.
Yeah.
Yeah. RuPaul, because it was an honest moment, I think, that she got to have with the contestants. And she gave a little creative expertise. Not just, pose like this, but if you pose like this is how you do that. Try this, do that. So it's like she kind of like did that mother thing that I think that I've been wanting to see that one-on-one in and through the girls for a loop, because they thought she was just going to be sitting there directing. No, Ru got hands-on with them. And like when she comes to the workroom, like before challenges, and she brings them to that table and she talks to them, she gives her input, but this felt more personal. And for me, that was everything. The art that they created. Now, I think the first person was Nymphia, then Saphira, then Q, then Plain. Nymphia's outfit was everything. Nymphia's actual photo was everything. Do you remember the name of her book? I forget the name of her book.
Was it Breaking Wind or something like that?
Yes. Something along the lines. So we all talk about Nymphia with this yellow with the banana, but Breaking Wind is really, or farting is really a thing for Nymphia. Like that's a part of her brand. So it makes sense why she said Nymphia. I'm so stupid. Anyway, her photo, her outfit, her look was everything. Then Saphira came in with her leopard print, her long ponytail that twirled on the floor, wrapped around her a couple of times.
Yeah,
like that was an amazing
came in
look.
With the Bianca Belair braid and stuff like that.
And she also her book title was called Slewfoot, Embracing All of Me. And before we talk about the book, the cover was lit. I don't want to talk about the story just yet. I want to wait till we get into that portion of this. The next person was Q, and hers was something about the alphabet.
Alphabet soup or something like that.
Yeah, alphabet soup, and bet you can't eat just one or something. No, I'm playing.
I don't know.
No, it wasn't that. The potential from her look was great. The delivery of the look was underwhelming. I kind of wish I got more from Q, but it just wasn't there for me. She was, and again, she can do no wrong. She was stunning, but I feel like Nymphia's book, Saphira's book, their covers looked more like a professional book cover, or could be.
Right.
Whereas with Q's, I felt like you're still in the competition.
Right. It definitely felt like a high school project.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I mean, it goes downhill from there, if you ask me, because Plain Jane's was like episode 1 of season 5. That's what it gave me. It didn't give me Like I couldn't take it serious. I don't know why she chose to do this, and I have gripes with this, but Plain was flat chested in her book cover. Now the outfit she wore was purple and it was sick. She had this red-ish human hair, which was flat. So flat chested, flat head, stunning gown, makeup always on point, but it was like underwhelming. And Plain Jane's was what?
Hers was extremely flat. Like she didn't have the big hair, which is always a thing.
I'm talking about
the
title of her book.
Oh, it was something a disaster, something coming out of a disaster.
Yes, walking away from a disaster.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, back to what you're saying about her look, though.
Yeah.
I always talk, and Plain doesn't always give me the big hair, but she always delivers. And I feel like in this look, it just wasn't it, Mama. Sister. No. Now, after they've all done their photo shoots, they had to talk with Matt Rogers about, it was an interview, and they had to talk about their books. Or their books, the different chapters and everything like that. So Nymphia Wind, she went first, and usually like the first is easily the most remembered or the easily forgotten,
right?
Because like it has to be memorable, or you're going to be lost. Because even if the other girls don't do as bad as you did, they're still fresh on the mind. Now, I'm not saying that any of them did bad per se, but Nymphia's story, she touched on some things that were real. And I think, Nymphia is a very talented performer.
Right.
And like, that's just it. But behind that, we don't really get to see the vulnerabilities of Nymphia. And Nymphia, I think, took it further than just revealing vulnerabilities, but like she dug deep with it.
Yeah.
She was talking about the standard of beauty. Stoney and I sit here in our conversations all the time about pretty privilege. And it's like, Nymphia is far from ugly. Male or female, far from ugly. But when you look at a society that tells you that the standard of beauty or masculinity from based off of what she was experiencing was like this toned white man with a beard and strong eyebrows and all the features, and like a white man is the standard of beauty based off of what she saw from her culture outside looking in. And like I even feel like us on our end, like I'm gonna be honest with you, there are things about drag queens that bothers me. Specifically the lips and the nose. The reason why the lips and the nose is because they contradict each other so much. You have to paint on a big lip, but you want this teeny weeny little small nose. So a European nose with African lips. That's what you're saying. I have to shout out this one here who just says, Kevyn, swing bee. Oh my gosh. Miss you. Love you. I don't know if you're in the States or not, but be safe wherever you are. And we got to chat again soon.
Yeah. Like, share, subscribe. Thank you.
Yes. But no, that has become a standard. African lips or African American lips and European nose. And it's like, why is the beauty of standard not an African nose? Because it's all subjective, and we've all been kind of like programmed to feel like it has to be a small nose. Yeah. And I feel like, big noses are sexy too. Don't get me wrong. Well, not don't get me wrong, but like, don't get me started. More so. I just, Nymphia, I feel you. And I think that's what was so important about her story, because we got to see that, and that was impactful to me. I'm doing a lot of talking. You want to jump in? I can keep going.
You want
I want your voice to be heard.
I just am I'm ready to move into the did we already move into the stories? I think we did. I'm over here watching the Instagram and stuff too. Hey Instagram, we see you. But I thought that Saphira's story was just of course made you fall in love with her. I thought again, Nymphia and Saphira had by far the best stories.
Yes.
And were the most engaging, the most warming. You really really were invested after their podcast interview into them and hearing about their story and stuff. I would definitely say that Plain and Q missed the mark somewhat.
I don't want to skip to Plain, but there's some things about Plain I want to talk about because to me, Q's story was a little lost in the sauce for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm don't ask me what she talked about because I couldn't tell you.
Yeah,
I really couldn't. Jane's story wasn't bad. It was just predictable.
Yeah,
and one note.
Yeah, very much. Mean girl.
So, unless you got anything to say about Q, I want to talk about Plain.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
All right.
Yeah,
so
let's talk about Plain.
Plain is known to be the bitchy one of the group,
Mm-hmm.
the rotted one, as they like to put it so eloquently. And a lot of people read Plain Jane for throwing shade at a mandatory meeting. Here you are, top 4, and you worrying about a girl that was eliminated 6, 7, 10 episodes ago. It's like, what? This story is supposed to be about you. This moment is supposed to be about you, and you're talking about somebody that was eliminated because you didn't see it for her. The one thing I will say about Plain, though, is as much as we don't like what she talked about, her personality was still there. As someone who does interviews with people, some of the best moments are when you can connect with the person, regardless of what the topic of conversation is, but when it's a real conversation, like two friends sitting down having a conversation versus I ask you a question, you give me an answer. I ask you a question, you give me an answer. I ask you a question. Like monotonous, boring. And maybe that's why I don't remember Q too much. But even though a lot of us weren't agreeing with what Plain decided to elaborate on, I do like her personality. I did like her personality in the conversation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just she just came off like a mean girl,
But she is, and she even said it in Untucked. Like, what I did was my brand of drag. She's not even saying that's who I am. This is my brand of drag. We all know that this is her brand of drag, and I think that if we would have looked at it that way, versus
the execution, I don't think
think that we get it that this was about you branding your drag.
No, because you certainly can.
I'm saying is I don't think that it read what she was doing. It didn't read that way.
That she was right. Pulling the yellow.
Yes. Just pulling the banana.
Yeah.
To open up about more. Wait, you going kind of fast, Roscoe. Hold on. Are you typing from your phone or are you on a computer? To me, she missed the mark to open up about more about Plain Jane.
Yeah, definitely.
Like behind the bitchiness, exactly. Being the shady side, it could have been so much more. Now, what would have worked is if she was reading herself. If she was and made that funny, that could have read like, oh, she can dish it and she can take it.
Right.
And it's like, yeah, I'm the bitchy one. That's me. I'm typing from my phone. You damn, you fast.
Full participation. All the gold stars to Roscoe.
Right. Excuse me. So, hold on. I want to put this up on the screen too. So, we get to the runway, and category is
fans.
I got them Gen Z fingers. So first person comes out was
Q.
Yes, with another orange outfit. Like when I saw the orange outfits, it was cute, but now it's like, y'all got any other colors? I'm tired of yellow and I'm tired of orange. And you know how you make those paper fans? She made the headpiece out of that. Like the skirt around her waist was like a tutu that was kind of like a fan. Was it cute? Yeah, it was actually better than her book cover.
Yeah.
Do you? Because Michelle Visage said that. Do you agree?
Yeah, like the look that she had on the runway was definitely better than the look that she had on her book cover. Her book cover was very plain. But this look, yeah, I like this look better than I like the chains look.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah.
I know that on the pit stop, I think I think Trixie said that this was like her least favorite Q look of the season, and I'm like, I could see where you would have that opinion, but no, I don't think so.
No, I agree with her. I just feel like we get to the final four. Like, if you prioritized your looks, this should not have been your semifinals look. Right. On either the book cover or your runway.
Well, I feel like they don't know when it's coming up, you know.
I mean,
so they get
no, they don't,
but they don't know when it's coming up.
No, they don't, but I guess she already wore everything else, and they didn't know which area it would come in. I guess. Okay. Sorry to say, but
so note to drag queens: the Kyng feels as though every runway look should be your semi-final runway look,
and I'm a double down on that. The reason why I'm going to double down on that is because we saw last week how after 4 wins, Saphira ended up in the bottom. You never know what's going to be that thing that's going to knock you down. So you have to be prepared, because Maya proved it. If you can kill it on that lip sync, you might. Or if your performance in the challenge wasn't the best, but your runway is stunning, it will carry you. There are little things that Ru does that will save you, but you got to be prepared. You have to be prepared. You have to think, like, it don't matter. I can't pack all this big stuff. Well, then you better make sure that the way it's stitched or its colors or the gimmick behind it is as loud as you need it to be, if it can't be as big as you'd like it to be.
Yeah.
Or do like what Q did with her butterfly look. It better be a reveal that you can unfold. But you gotta think about that. So yes, I double down on that. Every runway needs to be your semifinals look, because you just never know.
Never know. So after Q, we had.
Before we continue, it's missing up the. I just have to say it.
Go ahead.
Can we all agree that "Cake and Candy" is such a good song for the runway?
Yes.
It's one of my favorite.
Cake,
RuPaul.
Cake and candy. Cake and candy.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the whole vibe. All right, moving on from Q, we had Nymphia.
Yes.
Nymphia gave us a very Marie Antoinette vibe, and it was beautiful. The fan part, if I'm being honest, the only fans I saw was on her fingers.
She had the fans built into her little.
That was a fan
dress, yeah, and then she folded them up to show that her poo JJ was on fire.
Oh, okay. Did she look stunning? Yes. Did I get it? No. I'm sorry. And she wasn't even the last one, so I wasn't sleep through it. Yeah.
I thought Nymphia's was great. Of course, the best thing about Nymphia's was the fans on the fingernails.
So if your biggest thing is literally on your fingernail,
I think that's the biggest thing to us. I don't think it was the biggest thing for her. Like in the whole concept. And
you have to read the room. If you're an entertainer, you got to know, and especially with drag, it needs to be big so I can see it. Now, granted, this is TV. It's not like you're in a club, so you don't have to be as big with details like that. But I think it could have easily been missed. Moving on to Saphira, she had on her color. Her hair could have been a fan, but it was more of a pinwheel.
Yeah, it was more of a wagon wheel.
Yeah,
wagon wheel braid. It was definitely
it was gorgeous.
A hair show piece. It was great. Yeah.
She came out with her fan, but then the size of her dress kind of folded out to a fan. On pit stop, Mo Hart was saying how she kind of wished that it was a reveal, like she was gonna pull it off and it would have revealed something else. I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of expecting something like that myself. It would have been dope. Don't get me wrong. So if you ever met the mark, I was just expecting that's because the way it looked like it had been segmented off to do something like that.
I get where she was going for, because she was going for a more regal,
African beauty.
like West African inspired,
Yeah.
type of thing. And to be honest with you, those the type of dress that, like the opera gown that she had, is very much in line with the West African style that the women wear. They wear those big, flowy, fabricy type of garments. And I love the patterns on with Saphira. I thought that she looked absolutely gorgeous. So I would have given her 10s across the board.
So let me say this. I do agree with Mohart, but like I said, Saphira met the mark. She did what needed to be done.
Yeah, it was 10s across the board.
You can't take anything away from her. It's just my own creativity would have done something slightly different, but it doesn't mean that what she did wasn't amazing, because she really was.
It was.
And then we had Plain Mother Jane.
Yep.
Now, I have not been a fan of Plain Jane. I've always given her credit when she deserved it, which is most of the season. But this drag, this outfit that she comes out with, like this Grecian goddess, it was very bittersweet for me, because I feel like Nymphia's interview was great, but Plain's runway was better to me. Whereas Plain's interview and book concept was like not so great, but her runway, I'm about to pull a Stoney on y'all. Like, I need some of that. I need some of that one. Plain gave me everything that I wanted and needed, and didn't even know that I wanted or needed. She ripped that runway up with her fan and with her fanny. The padding was right. The hair was right. The makeup was right. The concept was there. Like, her runway, I mean, it's a conversation. You could disagree with me. But her runway, I think this was her best runway all season for me. Because I understand, like, she does things that I don't quite understand, or I don't get that, like, others are just, like, dying over, and I'll give y'all that. But for me, this was her best runway all season. All season. And she's had some great looks.
Yeah.
This was my favorite. Like, completely. Plain Jane, I ain't shaved, so I ain't taking my hat off, but hats off to you.
Apparently, Plain Jane, you did what needed to be done.
Clearly. It was everything.
I thought it was a very solid look. I mean, it wasn't my favorite Plain Jane look.
You like her in those bodysuits where, like, she's really hippie and stuff like that. We get there. We'll get there. We're just talking about the runway. We'll get to that, if you don't mind.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about the runway. It wasn't necessarily my favorite Plain Jane. I thought still she looked beautiful, like, and and everything. Like, yes, it was great. Yes. I to me personally, I was a fan. I would. I was a fan of Saphira's and Nymphia's runway more so than Plain's. I thought Plain's was very stronger than Q's. I thought that Q's was not. I thought that Q's look was the weakest on the runway this week, which is different for Q. To have the weakest look on the runway.
Yes, but they're only 4 girls, and look who she's competing against.
Yes, I get that. So, but at the end of the day, all season long, Q has been in the top 3 of the runway every goddamn week.
Yeah, but you only those girls was there all those other weeks too.
Yeah. So,
but at least 2 out of those 3,
and you can't
were always there with her.
You can't take the gas pedal. You can't take your foot off the gas pedal once you get this close to the finals.
Want to shout out to Rex Trek. What's going on?
Hey, Rex.
Good evening.
Oh boy.
So, this is the episode where we give the girls, or where the judges give the girls, like, an overall critique.
Yeah, season critiques and stuff, because this is the last runway.
So we've been doing our rankings, and I specifically have been trying to keep my episode rankings based mostly on the episode. I throw out the fact that people have gotten this win or that loss or this bottom choosing or top picking or whatever. But now I am ready to do our overall. Yeah, because I don't want to reveal for those who haven't watched yet or even talk about who had to lip sync and who was sent home. Yes, Rue actually sent somebody home this week. I think most of us was like, she's not gonna do it, is she? We like last week when Saphira lip synced against Morphine and Rue paused before she called the name. Like the production knew that everybody was on the edge of their seats. And I think the same thing with this. Production knew that everybody was expecting that she was going to keep both girls.
Right.
And Rue actually told someone to sashay away. We'll get to that. So, let's do our rankings. Not our rankings, but our overall review of these girls in order of their runway. So we'll do Q, Nymphia, Saphira, and Plain. Cool? So, for Q, overall, I missed it, but I know Q. I should have read that before I put it up.
Yeah, you should have.
It's Rex. I trust him. Trusted him. Let me stop. Anyway, so with Q, the things that I didn't like about Q, I always wanted her to have bigger hair. And I think she's one of the most rotted bitches on the show. She's a sore loser. She is. And I get you get emotional when you don't win, but she still got some demerits for saying Saphira didn't deserve that win. Like, you just put a taste in my mouth where I want to be fair to you, but at the end of the day, I really don't. What I like about Q, even her least glamorous or show-stopping looks, her looks was always put together. And she was creative enough to do several different things and give us several different types of looks. Her talent show performance in the first episode kind of like set the standard for her, and I think that she actually excelled in her trajectory. I mean, she made it to the top 4, so her trajectory was amazing. Another thing that I like about Q is when she revealed that she was HIV positive. Sometimes I do feel like we beat that horse, beat a dead horse, or we just beat somebody over the head with it. But at other times, I feel like it's so important that people hear these conversations, because there are people who don't know that there's help. There's people who are living and suffering in silence, and you don't have to. While I'm at it, let me plug this. There's a group that a support group for people living with HIV, men of color who live with HIV, that I created here in Philadelphia called Good Plus, and the point is to create healthier living for those individuals through conversations, through resources, connecting them to care, having people, all different types of providers and therapists, artists, theatrical or fine art, financial, like experts in these fields come in and talk to those participants. We'll do like family dinners or trips and other activities. So twice a month in Philadelphia, we meet up to have conversations, to meet each other, and to see just get the temperature of the room for us these days. If you're interested in something like that, hit me up in the inbox me, email me, send me a message, and you can get more information about how you can participate. So for me, that's the pros and the cons of Q. Thank you, Q, for being a voice. Thank you for everything that you presented here on Drag Race, because win, lose, or draw, as I said, you have set a standard, not just for yourself, but for drag race and drag queens across the world. Kudos, mama. You did that. Anything you want to say about Q?
Yeah, I agree with a lot of what you said. I think that Q was, I was a lot higher on Q at the beginning of the season, and towards the end of the season I kind of, came off of Q, saw the writing on the wall, and everything. But that doesn't mean that Q isn't a quality drag queen, and in my opinion, it should be a final 4. It should be. especially in comparison to last year.
Right. Because I think Q was better than
right. If you the year that you were going to do a final three, I really think that Willow Pill season would have been a great opportunity for a final three. Willow, Bosco, and Lady Camden. Like, no offense to anybody else that were missing from that season, but those were the three. Like, it is what it is. But yeah, like there was a clear gap between Anitra, like you said, Anitra and
Mistress and
Lux and Mistress. Yeah. So I think that we should really I think that Ru should really have thought about that a little bit more when it came to Q.
Yeah, I think Q deserved to be in the top, the finals. I do believe that she deserved to be in the finals. I mean, if you're going to make a cut, I get it, but you should have definitely had her. It should have just been a top four, honestly.
Yeah.
Next we have Nymphia Wind. For me, in the Meet the Girls, I knew that Nymphia was going to be a problem. I knew from the beginning that she was going to be a problem, and she proved that she is. You guys know how I feel about her bananas and her yellow. I respect it. And her farts. I respect it. It's her brand. She wanted to make sure you understood her brand. Now, from now on, when I hear a fart scene or I see the color yellow or I eat a banana, she might swim around in my mind somewhere. So, yeah, kudos to you, Nymphia. The looks that you presented on this runway were like, Dawn was the alien elf, but no, Nymphia was from a different world. Just because she was able to capture culture, she was able to capture fashion, she was able to capture drag. Nymphia is the only queen this season who has not had to lip sync.
Yes.
Not for lip sync for your life or lip sync for the win. Nothing. She did not lip sync.
Thanks to Plain Jane.
Because she would have.
Yeah.
She would have if Plain Jane would have played fair instead of strategic.
Yeah.
So, Nymphia, I mean, it's so much I want to say about her because as much as we love the talent, it was even more warming this episode to get to know Nymphia, the vulnerable versions of her or parts of her. That was everything for me. So, once again, you made Taiwan proud. You made us proud. And we're so excited that you made it as well to the top 4, soon to be top 3.
Yes. I mean, everyone, like, Nymphia was my pick at the beginning of the season to, be, there at the end. I am, I feel vindicated that she has done such a strong, performance. As much as I love Saphira and how much of that, because see, the thing here with Philly, and especially what I mean. Well, for me, it's like that with pretty much everything except the Eagles. But we root for the home people here. You know what I mean? We root for the home team. Except the Eagles over here. But
I'm not a sports fan.
Yeah,
but I will root for the Eagles.
Yeah,
because I don't have a team. So why not root for the home team? I don't have a team. And then, I mean,
that's fine. It works for him.
Yep.
It works for him.
I'll stand by it.
You won't ever see me do nothing Eagles. And I'm proud of it. So
you want to bet?
No, I will not, because I will not bet anything that has me doing anything for the Eagles. No. Absolutely not. So, but yeah, Saphira, like,
we just lost half our viewers just because he don't support the Eagles.
But real recognizing real and everything, and Nymphia was like a front runner from preseason. You know what I mean? Like, she was a front runner from preseason,
and she maintains. Mm-hmm. Why did Russell say that's concerning?
Oh,
isn't it?
No, it's not.
I mean, We love Stoney.
It makes logical sense because the team I root for has more Super Bowls. That's why. Not the Cowboys either. Nope, my team has won 2 this century.
So, Safira Crystal, Philadelphia's crown jewel.
Yes. Let's talk about Safira because
you go first with Safira.
Yes. So when I tell you that, walked in with a slew foot and got and like gripped everything by the gullet and never let go. Like when she came in and like when she first walked in, I mean, it was just spectacular gorgeousness with the blue and the hair and the makeup and the eyes, and it was just all.
And she sang.
It was just all
and she did
together.
Splits, and she's funny, and she's congenial.
Yes.
Now, we see our top 3. Who do you think? I still want to talk more about Safira, but now that we're here, who's your pick for congeniality?
Oh, congeniality is for the full season, and it's all the queens.
What you mean?
Let's come back.
Okay.
But,
there must be a point to that.
Let's because it includes the eliminated queens for congeniality.
Okay.
So we'll come back to that. But no, Safira, clear front runner from jump. She's been the number 1 queen in my rankings for over half the season.
Mine from the beginning only dropped 1 time.
She's earned
That's
it.
A lot.
She's earned it. If it wasn't Nymphia at number 1 for me, it was Safira. So
until someone else said, "Nope, I'm in this game too."
Yeah, plain Jane. Yeah, and so wow is all I can say about Safira Crystal. One of the most dominating and superb drag races in history. She set a record. She's the first queen drag race history to win 4 in a row.
And 1 season at that.
4 in a row in 1 season.
Not like she won 3 here and then the next when she was
she's the first one to win 3 in a row.
Yeah, 3 in a row and 4.
Then she added 1 on top of that.
Now, I don't want to jump ahead, so I didn't get my 2 cents yet. Yeah.
So that's how I feel about Safira. The season, she's been the Tom Brady of the season. So.
Yeah. So I done toted this. I name dropped and was very braggadocious all season long about how Safira's my heart and how I know her personally. Ran into her down in the neighborhood, and I felt like, yo, wait till I tell everybody this. That's my girl. Love her. She just, listen, Safira is that chick. Love her so much. She's so gracious. She's so beautiful. She's so talented. She's had her foot on their necks the entire season and knew it. And yeah, she ended up in the bottom last episode, but she was kind of confident with her 4 wins.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't have much to worry about. So I have to give Safira the crown. It's not. I'm gonna knock on wood for the sake of it because I don't want to jinx anything. Because Ru could pull a fast one, but I don't think so.
Mm-hmm. I don't know either.
I don't think so. It's kind of like the Sasha Colby reign. I think Safira won a mini challenge on her first episode and the maxi challenge. She won the mini challenge for the last episode. Even though she didn't win the maxi challenge, she placed in the top.
Mm-hmm.
This woman is
magnificent.
Yes.
Black drag excellence.
Drag royalty. She did it. She is it. Safira Crystal shines so bright, baby. Philly's proud of you. Texas is proud of you. America's proud of you.
I'm whipping my hair back and forth.
And I can't wait to see you so we can kiki real quick so we can talk about some stuff. I got some stuff I need to
I can't wait to meet you.
Oh, wait till you meet Safira.
Oh, wait till she meets Stoney greatness. That's all I gotta say to her.
Yeah.
That right there.
And now
worth the price of admission.
And now we get to Plain Jane. Now, Plain, as much as we call her rotted, and she's been very nasty, it would seem to Amanda, and even some of the other queens, she had no problem like digging in deep. Hold on. I have to again give credit where credit is done. At this point in the competition,
Do.
huh?
Do.
I do it. What would you say?
Give credit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. She's been steadily at the top. There was one episode she didn't end up in the bottom, but that's because RuPaul the fast one. Because she would have been in the bottom. There was a double Shantae with freaking whatchamacallit in it. I forgot the girl name. Maya could have gone home easily that season. I mean that episode. But she actually killed it. She deserved to go home, but she actually killed that episode. Well,
Right.
I'm gonna say she killed it. She did good.
And plus, it was like a political episode, and
Yeah, but it wasn't enough for Plain to have to lip sync. So we're not gonna put her in the bottom just yet. Right. I want to read this comment that says from Elijah. Safira better win. I'm just nervous. This episode showed Nymphia being human. Right. I was like, oh, because Safira could have won that episode too. She could have very easily.
Yeah, very easily.
Very easily won this episode. Effortlessly. But Plain Jane, as again, all the negativity aside, is an amazing drag queen.
Yes.
When it comes down to the things that I say I want from drag, she gives it. The snappy conversations, the hair could always be bigger, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But she got it. Hey, Pop. Oh, he can't. Pop just popped in.
Hey.
What's up, Pop?
I would say that my 2 cents about Plain Jane.
I wasn't done.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't done.
All right.
I'm almost done.
Yeah, well.
She was just so sexy. So Plain Jane had to lip sync against Q this episode, and because she was in the bottom.
Right.
And
well, how you gonna go into the bottom? We was giving our 2 cents before we got there.
I know, but
I didn't give my 2 cents about Plain Jane.
You still can. I want you to. It was just the way she took off.
But you just revealing things.
But it's the fact that, like, we're talking about Plain Jane, and this is my favorite look from her all season, so I gotta have to talk about it.
Go ahead.
I mean, Rex gave it away.
It's okay. Face that runs the place.
Rex gave it away. Mm-hmm. I just, I'm elaborating.
Go ahead.
No. It's that face that he got on. Why you got that face on? Now you look lost. Don't worry. I'll fill you in. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So, we haven't really seen Plain Jane lip sync, and that's why I had to mention it, because we haven't seen her lip sync this season. And I kind of was looking forward to seeing her lip sync, not just because I thought that she should have gone home earlier, but because I actually feel like she would kill a lip sync. And she did absolutely that. So now I got to see a more rounded version of this drag queen that I actually really love. So, Plain, you have turned over multiple new leaves, but the one you did not turn over is that top, because you've been in the top all season up until now, but you made it to the top 3. This is my favorite Plain Jane look. Right. Look of the season. She even said unsucked her look in the bottom going home would be crazy. She did say that, and I agree, because she did, like I said, Roscoe, I don't know if you were watching earlier, but I said that this was my favorite Plain Jane look all season. So at least I know I'm not the only one, especially coming from another connoisseur. And Elijah even says this was the best Plain Jane ever looked. 100%. Agreed.
Okay.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Yes, absolutely.
You know what they say? Like, if someone said, nah, Stoney, he got this little attitude problem.
They do.
Well, hold on. But then they go say, oh, no, Pluto got an attitude problem.
They do.
And then they be like, Roscoe got okay, no, all y'all do got an attitude problem. Oh, because my point was going to be, sometimes they don't. You're the common denominator. You're the problem. And that's what I need people to see. Now, I say that to relate to you, Roscoe, Elijah, myself, and all of our other adoring fans will all agree that this is the best Plain Jane has ever looked. So, just hinting that maybe you're the problem.
You want to know why I'm not the problem?
Wait, well, why Roscoe say Stoney does have an attitude problem?
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's agreeing with you.
Yeah, no one's denying that fact. But you want to know why I'm not the problem?
Why are you not the
It's in
problem?
my name.
All right.
So that's why.
I can debunk that.
So until
I can debunk that for you.
Until
who's your favorite villain?
Huh?
Who's your favorite villain?
The greatest villain that there is.
Who?
Victor Von Doom.
He is the greatest villain there is.
Yes.
And he is a problem. Period.
A problem for the people who just don't understand how to and know their place. That is. So there you go.
Right, Pluto. I gotta clutch my pearls too.
Yeah.
Know my place.
Yes, because greatness. Lord Greatness.
Wait, well, Roscoe says, anyways, can we get to the rankings?
Yeah, so my 2 cents about Plain Jane. I love Plain Jane. Plain Jane has consistently been in my top 3
and
all season long.
And has.
When she walked in looking like, looking like Nanny Fine on the stroll, okay, I was like, oh shit, like yeah, like that is a woman, and that's yeah. I was like, yeah, if she came in and was like Mr. Sheffield, it wouldn't have taken 4 whole seasons for Mr. Sheffield to get with that.
I do agree with that. No, it wouldn't. But it was written that way because Nanny Fine was kind of fine too.
Yeah.
So it was written.
Nanny Fine, yeah. Fran Drescher back in the day. Ooh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But so Plain brought it hard every week, and it was amazing to see. I thoroughly enjoyed her race this season. She is, to me, a solid number 2 going in, and everyone knows how much of a yellow banana head I am. But she is solidly number 2, going into the finals. So
yeah,
that's my 2 cents on Plain Jane. Now,
all right, our rankings. So
we could spoil the episode now.
It's already been spoiled. It's been spoiled a half hour ago.
Well, Nymphia won.
Nymphia walks away with her 2.5 win.
Yes. 3rd. And yeah, she got the tip.
All right, so how about this? We'll give her that full win because she outlasted everyone else in her group that helped her get that win.
Exactly.
So the credits just roll over to her.
And everyone else was a collective. They were thick, and she was the stick. So it's like she was Beyonce. It was Diana Ross and the Supremes. So yeah, she was the front lady of that. Give it to her. Give it to her.
I mean, she was the shining star in that group. I don't know.
I
felt bad for her when she was put in that group.
And thick and stick. And the group was called Thick and Stick. So there's the rest of them, all the thick broads, and then her, the stickly broad. And she was the only stickly broad.
Can
so
I be honest with you?
It's her.
Can I be honest with you? I never put 2 and 2 together until you just said that. That it was thick and stick for that reason. Like, the season's over now and I'm just getting that. Wow. So our rankings. Although Nymphia won this episode, we're ranking her at 3.
Yes.
She did an amazing job all season, but even if she had 4 wins like the other 2, Nymphia is at number 3 for us. Oh, I think we have somebody who may disagree with us. Yes. Stoney, can you explain why she's number 3?
For me, what did Rick say?
You didn't know the premise of their name. Well, apparently there's a lot about Nymphia that I don't get, that I thought I did, apparently.
So, he is blonde. So,
Yeah, that's why his hat on.
Yeah. So, this is my rationale behind Nymphia being number 3.
Yes, I just
how about this? Okay. Granted, she's never lip synced. Okay. But she also has been, the majority of her placements have been safe. You know, and a very strong safe.
Yeah, definitely.
You know,
she was always in our top 3, top 4.
She was always obviously safe. But, you know,
I can't really as much as I want to. Because, like,
See,
I got on pants like you. I can't get up because they're going to see.
I can slip off. And then they're going to see all the.
Yeah. They got paid for that. I'm not doing that for free. So.
But, yeah, so she's been either solidly safe or, you know, extremely good, you know.
Right.
And
that's
her reward, okay.
And honestly, her reward for me is that she's in the top 3.
Right.
She's earned that stop.
She has a 33.3 chance to
still take the
win the crown.
Yes.
You know, and she's earned that. So yeah, that's why for me, you know,
for us, I agree with you.
Yeah. So number 2, we have.
Wait, we got some controversy.
What is that?
Because this is the second person who disagrees. Says, nah, I put her at second. Her runaways, fire, and personality. I felt like Sapphira should have got the plane snatch game win. Agree. I agree with that.
Yeah, debatable.
Now, as far as putting Nymphia at 2, I mean, Nymphia overall is a drag queen. I'd give her that, yeah. But this is a competition, and there are stats that we take into account as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Yeah.
With that being said,
so
we agree.
Play number 2, you know, that like.
You know what's so funny?
Yeah.
Plane and Sapphira have literally the same track record.
Mm-hmm.
They have the same exact track record.
There's a difference in the level of quality.
There is. I mean,
not saying that Plain Jane's isn't of quality. It's more or less like Patron and Terramana.
Can we do like Makers and like?
Okay, because you're a brown guy.
I'm a brown guy.
So it's like. It's like Jameson and Woodford Reserve, you know?
Damn. Because I would not compare those two. Woodford Reserve is a pretty decent one for me. Jameson, I almost don't touch. But again, that's like also Irish whiskey, so it's like...
I love Irish whiskey.
It's not my thing.
Yeah,
and that's the perfect way to describe her. Plain is great for what she does. She's just not my thing. That's the perfect way to describe her. That was good. Now think about it.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. It's like call liquor and top shelf liquor. If you're a bartender, you know what I mean. Like, and if you've been to a bar, you know what I mean, and know how the grades of liquor work.
Right.
You know, Maya Iman LePage is well liquor. Okay, you don't ask for nothing. That's the Joaquin's down in the bottom.
She's the little bottles they sell by the register. That's not like. Things they like the 99 bananas they try to get rid of.
Oh yeah. I thought you were talking about like the actual little bottles of
no, she's
liquor.
The 99 bananas. No.
Yeah.
That was Maya, but I feel like Plain reading Maya and she's not even in the competition anymore.
Yeah.
So we're gonna talk about wait, I want to see what's going
reading Amanda, yeah. But yeah, and then Sapphira is the top shelf. Like she's the top shelf. She is, you know, the Cristal, the crown jewel. She is the grande dame.
All right, let's talk about this. And then we're going to talk about it quickly because the show's almost over.
Yeah.
Elijah says Sapphira should win, but the way certain demographic of fans are charging towards Miss Banana, I'm getting nervous. It says Sapphira has just 100K followers and Nymphia is 500K. We know why, though. It kind of goes back to what Nymphia said herself about privilege. Well, she didn't use that word, but I use that word as an interpretation of. I hear you and I understand, and in many ways I do agree, but we didn't see plenty of queens of several different shades of skin take that crown, despite. And this is why Nymphia is at number 3 for me. There's no way you can justify somebody who just made 3 wins to outshine a 4-win contestant. Another 4-win contestant. But the first 4-win contestant has won 4 mini challenges, has basically slayed the competition from start to finish as good as you have. Yeah, she ended up in the bottom, but her redemption has always been great. So I understand, like, it's not always about how many wins you have. I get that. But it's like, at the end of the day, it's Mama Rue's decision.
Yeah.
And I think she made up her mind in episode 1.
I do one. No, I don't think that she makes her mind up on episode 1. I do think that she.
I think that she did
this season.
This season, I think that she did.
I think that the finals will tell, because at the end of the day, there is always that last, and especially now, since the older seasons, that with the winners who, like, especially after Bianca, when Bianca Del Rio won the crown without lip syncing, and it was like the first time ever that anyone has ever won the crown without even lip syncing, at all. Like, it was well, is she a drag queen? Because it's like she never, and we have never, and even though Bianca Del Rio is a drag queen, she's out there performing. She does comedy. Of course, she does lip syncs, like,
right.
Because she's a drag queen. It's what they do. Like, so I don't understand why she would have to prove it, on national TV.
I mean, that is the competition, though.
I get it. But it is now. It wasn't then. And so, because they changed the format, a lot of older queens have gotten,
All right. I'm going to interrupt you because somebody's jumping ahead and saying what I was about to say. Elijah says, yes, I totally agree. But Drag Race has shocked us before, LOL. And Rue def made up her mind when she locked eyes on Saphira, LOL. Now, Rue, when Saphira was performing and she was looking at Rue, and Rue did his little eyebrow raise, and like, I'm intrigued. I think what sealed it was, I think this queen has something. And episode after episode after episode, Saphira proved that she does. And Rue was like, yeah, I was right. That's my opinion.
Yes.
I think that Rue made up her mind in that moment, and Saphira has proved her right multiple times.
Yes. And so, yeah, like...
What are you about to say?
I'm just like, like, I get it. I just am like, I don't understand. Like, if there is, like, I don't see the problem with, I honestly, and the crazy thing is, even though we have Plain Jane at number 2, I would feel more disappointed if Plain Jane walked away with the crown than I would with either Nymphia or Saphira.
Yeah.
And not saying that Plain Jane doesn't have the right to the crown. It's just that, to me, the quality of races, you know what I mean? Even though Plain Jane's quality of race is number 2, Nymphia had my vote from preseason. So Saphira earned my vote through the season.
We talked about statistics.
Yeah.
And statistically, again, Plain Jane has the same track record as Saphira does.
Yes.
So that automatically puts her on that same level, except there's another level that Saphira just embodies that makes her stand out.
Exactly.
And that's why we will put Plain Jane before Nymphia. Now, the other week I was saying about, I forget who it was.
But that is no way saying that Nymphia doesn't have as good as a shot to win.
No, she definitely, these are just our rankings. And I mean, I think a lot of us are sold on Saphira. But if we're being honest and non-biased, it really is anybody's game.
Yes, absolutely.
It really is. So next week, this is gonna be a long episode today.
Yeah.
But next week is the Lollapalooza, where all of the eliminated queens are coming back to lip sync for $50,000.
Yeah.
And okay, an episode of nothing but lip syncs.
I'm okay with that.
We've seen this before, and we're thoroughly entertained by it, actually. So let's see what these queens have. I think in the preview, I saw Hershey, and I'm like, come on, girl. You ain't learned nothing.
Oh, God. She still looked terrible.
I feel bad for Hershey.
Oh.
I feel so bad for Hershey. But it is what it is at the end of the day. Wanted more. Was hoping she... Now, here's the thing with Hershey. And I'm not going to do this for all the girls, but I had high hopes, or at least I wanted to have high hopes for Hershey. I know she had a dilemma with like what she could bring and all that good stuff, but I feel like now you have had all these episodes that you were not performing. Please, for the life of God.
Well, keep in mind that this was filmed last summer, so
I get it.
Yeah.
But please, for the life of God, with all the time that you had not on camera, that you went through everything that you have, and said, okay, this is the best. You know what, Megami, come here. What do you think about this? Dawn, can you look at this for me real quick? Give me a little.
Yeah. Pull from your resources.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, I hope to God, for the life of God, that she took the time to learn from the other queens that were there. So in this opportunity, she could at least have a good presentation. That's my hope for Hershey. We saw the preview. We know, blame it on the edit, but I'm looking forward to seeing this Lollapalooza. How do you feel about this?
Yeah.
We didn't get the Tic Tac Chit Chat. This isn't an official reunion per se. I feel like we might get not necessarily Tic Tac Chit Chat, but we might get a little time of Ru and Michelle talking to the top 3 queens. But there's also a lot of time in the workroom, so let's see.
Yeah, we are 2 weeks away from crowning our queen. So,
I thought you were going to say crowning our queen, Farrah.
It would be nice. It would be wonderful. We should have her parade in the neighborhood for her too.
It's the reunion 2 next week. They filmed everything at once when they filmed the show. Let's just read it. Because the Hollywood strike last year. Oh yeah, no shade. Plasma Q Dawn is out of their round 1. Half of them girls can lip sync down. It's gonna be a fight. Well, yeah, maybe. So maybe she should. No, when I'm saying she should talk to like Dawn or Plasma or Megami, maybe not Megami too much. I'm talking about her look more than her performance.
Right.
Talk to Maya about your performance.
To the other look queens about the look. Though.
Yeah, talk to the look queens about the look, and talk to Maya about performance, because she slayed. And oh gosh, this is gonna be a fun one.
Hopefully you can flip. Instead of doing
I feel bad for whoever has to lip sync against Maya for the first one.
Pointing.
Yeah, and church shouting and stuff. As like, you didn't even do like the drag thing that they do. Kicking the feet out and shaking the hip and all that. She didn't even get. That's like staple in drag. She just started shouting with that wig. Jesus. Anyway, I feel bad for whoever has to lip sync against Maya.
PJ called Hershey Liqueur, what was it, Bernadette Johnson.
Yep.
He was like, is Bernadette Johnson coming back? I was like, who the heck is that? The first one, Bernadette. I was like, that was Hershey Liqueur. Oh, well, she gives very much Bernadette Johnson.
Yes, she does.
And I was like, you know what?
So, but they're lip syncing for $50,000. And then after that, we're going to get the finale. And we'll get to see who is actually going to be crowned America's Next Drag Superstar. It's been a fun time reviewing this. Last year, I knew this was going to be the case.
Oh, we get to see your buddy come the finale.
My buddy.
Yes, because the crown of Miss Congeniality has to get passed.
Malaysia baby dog.
Yeah, it might go to another Miami queen.
I just want y'all.
Even though it should go to a New York queen.
Which New York queen you saying?
Huh?
Who?
Tsunami.
Yes.
Tsunami should win Miss Congeniality.
I would give it to Tsunami.
Yes.
Because Saphira's getting the crown, so I have to give it to Tsunami.
Yes.
I'm okay with that. I celebrate that.
Yes.
I definitely celebrate that.
And the queens vote on that now, not the fans. So
I know. I know.
Good for them. I hope they do vote.
I mean, because they get to experience them in the workroom and in their hotels and on stage. So I get it. I still don't. Wait, Elijah talk for some Kevyn. Don't do that. What, Malaysia baby dog? Baby dog face? That's what it is.
That
I'm just saying. All right.
It's good to be the king sometimes. That's all I gotta say.
What? All right. Let me ask you this. Do you disagree with me?
No.
It's the Gemini.
Yes, it was that quick too. Yes.
No, so what we're going to do for this Lollapalooza, because every Sunday we're here at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but next week we're going to actually do a live watch party with you guys.
Yes.
Are we setting up at Castle Greatness?
Oh my goodness.
That's what we did last time. We'll talk about it.
Well, yeah.
We'll talk about it. All right. Y'all keep saying stuff that I gotta highlight. Saphira may I can see Saphira being the first winner to snatch Miss Congeniality as well. I could. But I think everyone's going to vote like, well, Saphira is going to win. So we're not going to give her Congeniality as well. So she's going to end up not getting Congeniality. But she is prime. There's no one more congenial than Saphira.
Right.
Sorry. There
exactly. I agree. But I think that Tsunami is,
Saphira said, I'm walking away with something.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so join us next Friday at 8 p.m.
Yes.
Live as we watch this Lollapalooza with you all. We will chime in. We're going to have our little Roscoe's party. We're going to chime in.
Ha ha! Ha ha! Ha ha! Double entendre.
I know, right? Like what I did there, right, Roscoe? Are you still watching? All right. So make sure you guys tune in Friday night, 8 p.m. I'll put out a reminder for everybody, so that way you can join in to that show. It's going to be fun. We want to talk all the shade. We want to talk. We might be a little,
yes,
in the clouds a little bit because it's a Friday night and it's been a long day from work for both of us. So we're gonna enjoy ourselves.
Oh, we definitely are. There will be some bubbly and some.
There will be drinks and there will be
some buds and bubbly.
Your buds and bubbly.
Mm-hmm.
I love the way that sounds. All right, guys. So again, if you haven't already, subscribe. You guys have been chatting with us, but keep commenting even after this show. If you go back and watch and see something that you meant to say, I'll see it. So put it in the comments.
We will see it.
Subscribe, share,
like,
and meet us on Friday.
Subscribe, turn on notifications.
Yes, and Stoney, it's your turn to tell the people something one more time.
Hey,
not just one more time, but
hey, make sure you register and go vote wherever you are. Thank y'all for coming. God bless you. Good night.